We're good? Right. Okay. Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Keep your attention today, hopefully, with the next few sessions that we've got coming up. So we've got 3 sessions before the next break, so I'll quickly go through them. We'll just have a quick RCS, what we call reality check. And myself and Barinderpal will just quickly talk through setting the scene on RCS. This is all about RCS, this session. Then we'll have onto the stage a panel session where we'll talk about RCS evolution. And then we'll have some of the latest use cases, case studies on RCS, which really lends itself to marketing in general from out there media. So let me move on. This is the bit that I just wanted you to see earlier on, and I missed it. Am I covering the screen? But if you want to zap this is our RCS positioning paper. So through the monthly working groups that we run at MEF, we've put together the paper with your input. Obviously, these things work well if we get your feedback as well. But please do zap the QR code, download, and have a read of that as well. Would be great. So I could welcome Barinderpal Mumick onto the stage from Dotgo. Grab this seat here. So what we wanted to do here just for 5 minutes or so is just kind of set the scene on RCS. And what I'll quickly do is just run through some survey data that we ran at MEF recently with your support, your input. So what we did here was we went to the market. We went to the market with a few questions just to understand some of the basics. It wasn't just RCS, it was rich messaging generally. So it was WhatsApp and RCS. But this is what the market came back to say. And when I say the market here is enterprise brands, effectively the people that are ultimately paying for this. So one of the questions was, what is it you know about RCS? And the response was, we don't know about RCS. What is it? So that was the first standout thing that came back. There's just a general lack of knowledge and awareness in the market about this. The other response was once they understood it, the question was, what is the main barrier to you bringing this on? And the 2 things that came back there was number 1, cost, and we kind of covered that earlier, and security. So there was those were the 2 concerns with adopting this. The other thing that stood out for me loud and clear, which I found really interesting, was that everybody wants this integrated. So I know that a lot of businesses have platforms that are out there that you log on to and you set up campaigns or whatever it might be, and you can send messages from there. But what businesses were saying, and these were marketers, these were IT people, they want that integrated with existing systems. So again, it was a real standout thing that we wanted to make you aware of, that this is what people wanted to do. The next thing that people were saying is that they would like to have it integrated with chatbots, customer management systems, or payments. So those again were the 3, if you like, features that they wanted to have integrated within a rich messaging solution. The next thing was, what were they most interested in knowing about by running these campaigns? And some of that's probably not going to be any surprise, but the 3 or 4 things there were conversion rates, customer feedback, so did the end consumer actually like receiving that? And what was the return on investment? So what's the cost of that versus the benefits? They wanted to see that data from a rich mobile messaging solution. And then we asked the question, well, you kind of broadly know what it is. What features would you like to see in there? And again, businesses came back to say they'd like to see more analytics, more data, more insights into the campaigns that they're sending. They want more automation, and the word AI was used quite a lot in the survey responses. And the other thing was other options for payments. So you're sending a message out, but obviously then you want to close the customer, you want to close the loop by actually driving a sale. So they wanted integration with other payment options in there as well. Now, some of you guys responded to this as well, which I call the industry. And what the industry was saying, what you're saying, is that the main issue is adoption. You know, we've got the tech there, it's kind of ready in a lot of markets. But I think what your responses were, and it related to the first 2 points, is that there's a general lack of knowledge, so there's an education thing that needs to happen, is what we've seen from the survey. And the second thing is we need to kind of dig into the cost and the security elements. So Barinderpal, I'll just come to you to give me your maybe feedback and thoughts on that. Do you agree with this? Do you see something different? What's your views?
No, I think the survey really captures the feedback that people have. I think a lot of people are familiar with RCS. In fact, most are, at least in this audience, I would assume pretty much everybody is. But there is still, lack of understanding of what RCS is. People use RCS in their day-to-day lives, and they may not even realize they're using RCS. Let's look at it today. What RCS really does is opens up really new mode of communication. What people like about it is the rich experiences that they get to do. They get to see the buttons, interactivity, a lot of other things. And RCS is very, very closely and deeply now integrated into the Google and Apple ecosystem with Google Wallets, Google Maps, into the organic search. In a number of markets, Google has opened up organic search linking into RCS chats. It's not opened in UK, but it is opened in a few other markets. Hopefully there's a global rollout there, which will help a lot, so that from an organic search, people can just come in directly into an RCS chat. And then I think Google continues to launch, new features. They launched WebView very recently, which is great and adds a lot of value into RCS and gets people to complete all their tasks literally in an RCS chat rather than taking people outside into a web. So opens up a lot new use cases with gaming, with payments, and getting people just to do everything all in all within RCS. So while people are familiar, I think RCS continues to evolve. RCS continues to get new features in. This week itself, there's an RCS standards meeting happening at SK Telecom offices in Seoul. Couple of folks from Dotgo team are there. A lot of the RCS standards community is there trying to really figure out what's next in RCS, given that they released the UP 3.0 features lately. So RCS continues to evolve. A lot of people know what it is, but again, there's continuous education that is needed because it's going to evolve and continues to evolve on a daily basis.
Yeah. I think you mentioned the WebView feature. Personally, I think that's a really great feature because what that's doing, it's bringing the web into the WhatsApp flows, into the RCS flows, of course.
Yes,
that was a bad slip.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well.
Was in WhatsApp and now in RCS as well. And you mentioned, Barinderpal, in the break that there was some news today that BT have just launched RBM.
Yeah, so big news that came in, I think, late last night and today, that BT with the iOS 18.5, BT is also now supporting iOS devices. So they have a very large, I think almost 55% of their base on Apple. So as and when now people upgraded, I think I upgraded to 18.5. I know a few of here in the audience also updated there, and they've started getting messages on their Apple devices who are on BT network, which is great, right? So now we have a number of operators covered in the UK. Hopefully, whoever is missing will get added soon as well in the upcoming versions of iOS.
Absolutely.